The Kalavinka's Call, a guide to Glorious Samyé Chimpu by Rigdzin Jigme Lingpa. Homage to the Mahaguru. The Buddha's final deed was his preparation for miraculous rebirth. I bow at the feet of the Indian Mahapandita, the omniscient lotus-born Buddha. Now follows a short historical account of Glorious Samyé Chimpu. As is commonly taught, faith is the door through which the Dharma can appear. Developing faith at the outset secures and increases all good qualities. It clears away doubts and frees us from the river of suffering. Faith is like a citadel of happiness and goodness. It helps the mind to settle and grow lucid. Eliminating pride, it is the source of devotion. Faith is the greatest of riches, supports, and resources. Like a hand, it collects and gathers up the roots of virtue. If faith is lacking, virtuous states will not develop and certainty will not arise. This will inhibit the suffusion of blessings. Therefore, generate faith above all else. In the southern continent of Jambudvīpa lie the inconceivable 24 great sacred places and the 32 sacred lands where ḍākas and ḍākinīs gather. Places such as these were primordially self-arisen from the benevolent aspiration of Buddha Immense Ocean Vairocana. In the snowy land of Tibet, hub of the Dharma, lie 3 temples unsurpassed in eminence, constructed through the aspirations of the 3 kings, who were themselves emanations of the 3 protectors. Like a collar fastened to its shirt, each of the temples is connected to extraordinary places of accomplishment. Of these, the Glorious Samyé Chimpu Valley is known as the hermitage of enlightened speech. The Pema Kathang states, the Valley of Chimpu is like a blossoming lotus. Thus, outwardly, Chimpu is shaped like open petals. Inwardly, it is Vajravārāhī's dharmadayo, possessing the 3 liberations. Secretly, it is the expanse of the Vajra Queen's bhaga. In its center is Drakmar Ke'u-tsang, the red rock treasure nest, which rests on mountain slopes that rise like a victory banner. As it is said, in the red rock cave of Samye Chimpu, you matured those fortunate ones, the king and subjects, empowering them into the mandala of the secret mantrayana, the great sadhanas of Kagye. You made the resultant vehicle of the secret mantras spread far and wide. The second Buddha, the great Acharya, opened the mandala of Kagye Deshek-dupa, the assemblage of the Sugatas, for the sovereign king Tsangpa Lai Metok, divine flower of Brahma, and for his other 7 fortuned disciples. He bestowed on them the profound ripening empowerment. Each student tossed a single golden flower into the mandala. The kings fell in the middle upon Chemchak Herika, and through practicing this supreme deity, he in an instant realized the samadhi of the exalted grounds and paths. Additionally, he wrote the treatise Valid Cognition of the Words of the Victorious Ones. The other great adepts each accomplished their own extraordinary siddhis, attaining all sorts of miraculous powers. When the primordial wisdom descended upon them, the earth itself began to shake and tremble. Rocks, crags, and mountains shook all around them, and there appeared the self-arisen form of Chemchak Herika, known as Trakchen Trollo, wrathful boulder. When the wisdom mandala dissolved into the upper rock vault, countless self-arisen rock emanations appeared. For 2.5 years, Guru Rinpoche remained in this special place, turning the Dharma wheel for his fortunate disciples. It was during this time that he summoned back the consciousness of the deceased Princess Pema, who had died of a bee sting. He then bestowed the empowerment of the Khandro Nyingtik, heart essence of the ḍākinīs, and sealed it away for the immense benefit of future beings. A vivid imprint of the princess's body appeared, shaped like the source of Dharma. Thinking to provide future beings with a source for accumulating merit, Vairotsana and Tommy Gonson fashioned a statue of Guru Rinpoche and his two consorts. It was of clay, like the jeweled sands of an ocean isle, meaningful to behold. As soon as the wisdom mandala entered into the statue, its majestic presence was unrivaled, liberating all who saw it. Due to its tremendous blessings, ḍākinīs of the three places, along with the 5 classes of spirits, continuously swirled around the statue, chanting in their secret language, Ma Ma Ka Sha Sham. Those fortunate enough could actually see and hear them swirling above. In those days, the spirits of Tibet still bore evil intentions. Once they crumbled a large, craggy mountain in order to flatten an image of the great Acharya. However, with his gaze and hum, he forced the great mass skyward, where it remained suspended in the air, forming the visible syllable, hum. He left innumerable footprints in the boulders there, as if stepping on mere clay. At nearby Drakchen, a stream of long-life nectar flows from a self-arisen long-life vase. In the Ludul cave, Guru Rinpoche emanated as a Garuda and tamed the savage land spirits bent on harming Tibet. At Lonpo Gul is another meditation cave, where for 3 months Guru Rinpoche and the 25 disciples stayed. At Ge'u-og, Guru Rinpoche miraculously left a footprint about 4 meters long in solid rock, along with imprints of his head and walking stick, as if pressed into clay. There he taught the Lama Gongdu, the united intent of the Gurus, to the king, prince, and disciples. He sealed away countless great treasures and blessed all the sacred mountains in their self-arisen state. Likewise, here can be found the boulder Mabin Chenchok, cut through as if it were dough, and the dry bed where Shubu Palgi Senge reversed the flow of its river. There is also the cave of Nyanben, and below that the cave of King Tree Songdudsen. On the mountainside to the right, in the heart of a self-manifested figure of Vajravārāhī, is the cave of Yeshet Tsogyal, where she practiced for 12 years. In Vajravārāhī's lap lies a great charnel ground, similar to Sitavana, where the deceased is purified and spared from lower rebirth. The protector of this charnel ground has been seen carrying off bodies at dawn, and without a doubt, boundary protectors come and partake in the Gana Chakra gatherings that are still offered in this terrifying place. At Wen Sa is the cave where Gyalwa Chokyang accomplished Hayagriva, and along the slope to the right is the cave of Lady Tsogyal, called Ringmo Puk, the Long Cave. Below this is Drakmar, the Red Rock Cave, where the second Buddha, omniscient Lord of Speech, practiced for 3 years. Having met directly the assembly of 3 root deities, amassed like an opening sesame pod, he received the Nyingtik instructions. When his life's work finally came to an end, he made the proclamation, "It is far nicer to die in this sacred place than to take rebirth elsewhere." At these words, the earth shook as he took repose in his material form. Likewise, when Acharya Sai Ningpo passed away here, the signs were amazing enough to raise alarm that it was perhaps his teacher, Vimalamitra, who had died. In brief, having traveled here themselves, numerous realized siddhas and panditas have praised this site as being equal to the 24 sacred places. These include Vimalamitra and Vairotsana, the 3 translators, Lotsawa Kawa Paltsek, Chokro Lui Galtsen, and Shangye Shide, as well as others such as Ma Rinchen Chop, Nyak Jnana Kumara, and Nubchen Sangye Yeshe. During the early stages of the second spread of the Dharma teachings, Jowo Atisa spent time here while instructing his close disciple, Naljorpa, in the profound and hidden path of secret mantra method. Numerous realized beings, such as Lotsawa Gyatson Senge, Naktso Lotsawa, Rokshakya Jungme, Lajes Rinpoche, and Myang Shawa Chen, have raised the victory banner of accomplishment in this place. It was here that the victorious Longchen Rabjam, Karmapa Rangjung Dorje, Narapa Pema Wangyal, and the omniscient Prajna Rasmi attained the path of seeing and crossed the ocean of all philosophical systems, revealing indisputable treasures and substances of Dharma. Since this place is itself the essence of the great 24 sacred places, the Pema Kathang states, there is Samye at Chimpu, the crystal rock of Yarlung, the moon cave at Yerpa, Samye Monastery, Tradruk, and the Temple of Rasa, all places for achieving unity, places of attainment. There are no pure lands of paradise other than these. Stay and practice in these three places, and the common and supreme cities will be attained. Practice here, and anything can be accomplished. Making pilgrimage here, one enters the ranks of the Vidyadharas, and leaving one's mortal body here, one reaches the realm of Khechara. Therefore, by practicing in these sacred places, the supreme accomplishments will be attained. There is no doubt as to that. Since inconceivable good qualities come through making pilgrimage, performing circumambulations, performing Gana Chakra, and the fulfillment offering, making offerings, and then finally discarding one's body in such sacred places, one should genuinely strive in accumulating merit and purifying obscurations, using various methods, always sealing the practice with dedication and prayers of aspiration. This was spoken by Dzogchen-pa Rangjung Dorje, before the medical practitioner with the name of the water-born, i.e. Lotus. This concludes the 31st chapter of the collection of stories. Samye Translations, 2017. Translated by Caleb Yaniger. Edited by Libby Hogg and Adam Piercy.